Hello everybody, welcome to a brand new 2K MyLeague series that I'm doing for my channel, and I'm going to try my best to keep up with this one. It should be a lot more manageable, and I'll explain more about that later, why I think it's going to be more manageable, but this isn't going to be just your normal run-of-the-mill, realistic MyLeague rebuilding series, because if you noticed in the title, I put in parentheses coach-only mode, which basically means throughout this MyLeague, I'm not going to be controlling any of the signings, none of the drafting, no trading, nothing like that. I am assuming the role of just the coach and going to use whatever the CPU gives me to try and make a team and win as much as I can, and kind of just sort of make my mark by just role playing as the coach. And as you can see, I have 6 new NBA teams to add through the expansion. So we got Seattle coming back with the Supersonics. I think they never should have left. And if anyone should get an NBA team relocated to them or expanded to them first, it should be the city of Seattle with their old team, the Supersonics. Montreal, they can have their NBA team back, the Huskies. So a little throwback. And as you can see, I have another Canada team that I'm adding with the Ravens here. So Montreal and Vancouver are getting 2 of their teams. This is one of them that 2K defaults to, Vancouver Ravens. That's one of like the default expansion teams you can have. I like the idea of Vancouver getting a team back because they used to have the Grizzlies as well, and they just didn't make enough money. But we also have the Virginia Bobcats, so that name, the Bobcat, coming back just to a different city. And then Las Vegas is getting a team with the Outlaws. Shout out to whoever made this jersey combo. Super cool, awesome court as well. And then shout out to whoever made this. The Nashville Soul are going to be the last expansion team. So we have 3 teams going to the east, 3 teams going to the west. And some might say 2 expansion teams, or more than 2 expansion teams is too many. But for me personally, I think there's so much talent in the NBA, NBA level talent out there that NBA is literally due for expansion in real life anyway. So I'm just going to excel the process here, and I think this will yield the most interesting results throughout an expansion draft anyway, because I don't want my team to be amazing off rip. You see way too many series now getting Chris Middleton or Jalen Duren in the fantasy draft, which just isn't realistic. So I think doing this makes it more realistic as well. And as for the team that I'm going to take over for as coach, I'm doing Nashville. I like playing in the East, not just because it's easier, but it's because that's just where I'm from. I'm from Michigan. Grew up a Pistons fan, still am a Pistons fan. Hopefully they do well in the playoffs. Pistons in 6, Knicks, Bricks. You already know how it go. But yeah, I'm taking over the Soul. And I mentioned expansion draft. I'm not even going to be doing the drafting for my team. I'm going to literally get hired as the coach after the team is made, and we're just going to go from there. So this is sort of the setup episode. I'm not sure if I'm going to put a game in here or not, but that's the premise of this series, and however long it takes us to win a chip is however long it takes. But I'm going to do my best as a coach and as a ball knower to come up with lineups and game plans against other teams to hopefully make this series entertaining and take MyLeague in a completely different direction than you normally see, because as I've stated, MyLeague is just sometimes it's way too easy, and if you're controlling everything, it makes it not as fun. But I think with a coach perspective throughout it all, you're gonna see along with me just how different it makes the experience feel and how special it is to get a win playing the role of coach and watching your team succeed and trying out different game plans and defenses and things like that. So stuff like that just gets me going. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and do our setup options here. This is a big rule here. I like to take this all the way up to 14 just because, again, there shouldn't be the talent level of players available in the expansion draft off rip. I think it's really going to take until year 2 or 3 to see our team get anybody good. That's fine. Okay, and we are all set up for the league. So, as I've said, we're going to take over the Soul. Here they are. I mean, look at that. Okay, that's definitely an AI generated looking image, right? Okay, so this is important here. Lineup automation. This is all manual. Staff management, though, is auto. Prospect scouting, auto. Game participation, manual. Then these 3 are manual. Then roster automation. So all of this needs to be auto. So here's one I hate. Chris Middleton is always seems to be left out, as well as Brogdon. Like I think the Wizards probably wouldn't keep Brogdon, but I just want to show you guys that BS that 2K and their stupid sim will leave players up that should not be as part of the draft. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and sim the draft now. I will trade back any players that should not have been put up to their old teams, but let's go ahead and do it, man. Let's do this, and let's just go right to the start of the season, because then I'll show you guys what I do after that. But here we go. So now with all of that out of the way, let's go ahead and take a detailed look at our team. Actually, before we look at our team, let's go ahead and get me in there as a head coach. So, all right, this is who we're gonna rock with. This guy doesn't really look like me at all, but he's a good avatar stand-in. And then I'll see if I can change his name. I don't think I can. Oh, dang, that's annoying. Okay, anyway, let's just pretend this says Caleb Macer instead of Alexander Chrisdale. This is me. I was hired for 4 years, and we're going to see how far I can take this expansion team, and if they re-sign me, they re-sign me, and if I get fired or they don't get re-signed after 4 seasons, but I get signed somewhere else, I think that's another fun thing, is like, I move wherever this coach goes, and if he doesn't get signed and I have to wait a couple seasons to get signed again, then that's just how it happens. But let's say in 4 years I build this culture here in Nashville, and they don't re-sign me, but I get re-signed to like the Pistons, for example. I will then move on to the Pistons for however long that contract or tenure there goes. So I think that's the fun part about playing as a coach, is you can kind of move wherever this coach goes. Now that we are the coach, let's go ahead and take an in-depth look at our team. We have Javon Carter. Big fan of this guy, actually, and he will be a very solid starter for us to come out. And then we have someone who can hopefully grow into a solid player with Carter giving him all of his wisdom. J.D. Davison. This guy's killing it in the G League in real life, from Alabama. So, I don't know. We'll definitely got to get that jump shot up, but he's a good playmaker. Looks like he could be a good defender, and he's an amazing athlete. So, C+ potential. Hopefully we can turn that into something. As you already know, we got Bruce Brown, Lindy Waters, who we just got from the Pistons for giving them Beasley back, and then Jaden Springer, who's actually a very interesting player to me for us. As far as forwards go, Lamar Stevens, pretty good all around. I like to see that. He's a good athlete. Got Pat Connaughton from the Bucks, solid vet to have, always good for these expansion teams. Julian Phillips, 20-year-old, 6'8", stretch big, and that's huge. I'd love to get his rebounding up this year. I think that'd be the first thing I'd look at with him, is if you're going to play power forward for us or any forward position, you got to be able to rebound. Patrick Baldwin Jr., also another stretch 4, looks like, who actually can rebound. And then we did get Kobe Brown, who's got really good grades all around from the Clippers, giving them Ben Simmons back, which I do think is realistic. They probably wouldn't keep him. And he didn't do much for his rookie year. But we also have Tosan Abumin. I think I'm saying that right. This guy was on the Pistons last year. Actually played pretty decent, I thought, but the team was just terrible. But he's just another solid, like, all-around player, it looks like. I mean, his grades are pretty solid. And then we already mentioned also Iguodaro. He's from Marquette, I believe. Yeah, 7 feet tall. I did not think he was 7 feet. I thought he was a shorter center. But either way, tremendous athlete, decent rebounder for a rookie, 74 overall. I mean, what else do you really need out of a guy? And it does seem like he has a little bit of a three-pointer, which definitely can be useful and turned into something. And Koloko, 7 foot, 230 pounds. I mean, this guy's done solid in real life on the Lakers. Seems like a good paint presence, especially with that size. And then Jericho Sims, we know what he is. He's just an amazing athlete. So as far as centers go, I mean, I love what we got. This is great. All right, y'all. So this is the rotation I cooked up. As you can see, I did take the liberty of going through a whole rotation timeline to make this happen. And, I don't mind sitting down and doing this. It's kind of fun to plan out exactly when your players are going to come in and come out. I think overall, doing this is much more fun and just a better viewing experience than watching the CPU make 5 in, 5 out substitutions. This way keeps the series more realistic, and I can come up with lineups that, I really like to see, and don't mind my other stupid names. But yeah, so this is a better look at it. Javon Carter, he's going to play 34 minutes and be our main guy that we're running our offense through for now, because we just don't really have a other proven option. But Javon Carter's a good veteran, and I think he's really important to have out there in that starting lineup. I'm giving Jaden Springer the start for now. I'm going to have to get him some drip, like an arm sleeve or something, but I'm mainly playing him at the starting shooting guard spot just for that perimeter defense rating. I think that perimeter defense plus with a B- 3-point shooting and some other playmaking skills hopefully can be a good 1-2 combo punch with Javon Carter. Lamar Stevens was just the best rated small forward that we have. Baldwin Jr., he's, again, the best rated power forward we have, and he has what I like. And Oso Ighodaro, loved watching him at Marquette, so I think he was just an obvious pick here to be in the starting lineup for me. But then other than that, Bruce Brown, our sixth man, coming off the bench, his minutes might increase as the season goes on, and we're not going to be playing 12 men throughout the whole year, but then we got Connaughton getting some run, Julian Phillips getting some run, Koloko getting some run, Evboman getting some run. Everyone's going to play, and I think that should start off the year with some good team chemistry. Here's another important part I haven't really touched on, but throughout the sim, you can sort of change your sim points of emphasis. I like to leave the scoring options as no preference, but offensive focus, I do think it's best to get your shooters open. And this team, we have a lot of 3-point shooters. I like to shoot a lot of threes. So we're going to go ahead and be a patient offense and get good shots up. I think that's really important. I think as long as your team can get enough good shots up, you can beat anybody on any given night, and that's shown in the NBA. That's how the Boston Celtics play. And that's sort of the play we want to emulate, is just shoot a bunch of threes, play team basketball, and pass the ball around. I do want to limit transition, but also I think offensive rebounding is important, so we're going to have some crash and others get back. Our defensive focus is we're going to try our best to play both. We're going to play some conservative defense. I don't want our guys giving too much effort. We're just going to let our good defenders do what they do and not try to do too much. And then, of course, we're going to crash the defensive glass as well. Alrighty, we have our playbook here, and I'm not going to spend too much time on it, but got some pick and roll plays, normal pick and roll plays where the center is usually the one setting the screen. So just imagine Ighodaro setting that screen and rolling. And then we also have some pick and fade 3-point plays. This is kind of broken in 2K right now. Is you have your center or your power forward or your forwards set a screen for guards. I feel like the pick and fades end up being quite open quite often. We have one cutter play I really like, cut 23, and we have some 3-point plays as well. So nothing too crazy. I'm not a big fan of post-up highs or isolations or mid-ranges. But the only other plays I normally will add is if I ever get a guard that can post up. I had RJ Barrett in one of my leagues, and his guard post-up plays were always barbecue chicken. So that's going to be our playbook. And then on to the next important thing is tendencies. Tendencies in this game matter a lot. And I think they're an important thing that are often overlooked, and this might go into the realm of cheating, but in all honesty, I just imagine myself as a coach just telling players like, hey, in order for us to succeed, I need you to shoot less, I need you to shoot more. I want you running more pick and rolls. I want you popping on more pick and rolls instead of rolling, stuff like that. So that's what I imagine these are like. So for example, Bruce Brown only has a 50 shot tendency, and if we look, I think that's pretty fine for him right now. He didn't shoot too well from 3 last year, so I think we'll probably leave him at 50, but I think these are just another important thing to keep in mind when doing a My League and trying to win and things like that. So I'm going to go ahead and mess with these tendencies. I'll highlight some important ones that I think will matter, but other than that, we should be ready to go for our first game. Alrighty, I finally finished the tendencies. This normally takes me the longest amount of time because it is hard just to kind of figure out how you want your players to all fit together on your team, but I think I got a pretty good idea of what I want to do. And the first big change was making Jevon Carter the top shot taker on this team. Everyone else is at 50 because I'm just not so sure about how good of shooters they're going to be. But Jevon Carter, looking at his grades, he is easily the best scorer on this team, but one of the best playmakers. So just in general, our best option to handle the ball and be our dominant playmaker / scorer. So we might see a Jevon Carter 20 plus points a game season this year. For a $6.5 million contract, he will be easily overplaying that value. Yeah, then we move into other stuff. I said I wanted our team taking a lot of threes. So everyone who can shoot a 3, meaning everyone who's got like a C+ and above, I have their rating somewhere around 40, tendency to shoot the 3 around 40. Once those start to creep up into the B+ and A range over the season, after how I have them training, this tendency will go up. But for now, when they're all at B-, it's just hard for me to imagine me wanting them to shoot that anymore. And Jevon Carter's the only one at 100. So hopefully his percentages can stay somewhere in the league average so he can be that scorer and playmaker that we want him to be. As for driving goes, I basically made it so if your playmaking grade is like a B or above, you're allowed to drive on this team, and driving leads to kicks, which leads to open shots normally. So Pat Connaughton and Brown are the only wings I gave really any grace to drive with, and then Jaden Springer as well. Forgot about him, just because of his rating for playmaking. I'm allowing him to drive a little bit as well, but we're just gonna have to see how much this gets evened out. And normally with me, it doesn't matter who my point guard is, they always get to drive off screens 100% of the time, because those are your sole playmakers of your team. So JD Davison and Jevon Carter, I'm looking forward to see what they can do off the dribble. And I have our foul tendency down as much as I can get it. A 0 foul tendency is a little crazy. I've done that before. I think 15 is good, though. I think if I were to coach a team, I think just not fouling as much as possible, I would stress that. But of course, these players are human. You have to remember that, so they are going to foul as well. We will get some fouls, too, going for all of these defensive tendencies: contest, blocks, steals, and pass interceptions. I think these are all good habits to build with your players, so that's why I've turned these up to 100. Before we get into the game, what I want to do is see this team in action in a scrimmage. We're just going to see where our guys are at. We'll play a scrimmage to 11, or we'll play a scrimmage to 21, and we'll see where our guys are at. So here we go. We got Springer with the ball. I mean, I'm just interested to see what plays these guys run for each other. We got a decent open look for Baldwin Jr. there, but that doesn't drop. Jericho Sims the board. Oh, we got Bruce Brown out there. I like that drive a lot. The layup just didn't go, but that was a good shot. We're going to play for Lamar Stevens here. That's a good look. Good make. Lamar Stevens. I like that. That was good. I mean, this bench unit, they don't even have their second playmaker, J.D. Davison, out there, so you got to do what you got to do. Connaughton, open look and confident make. I like that too. I think, if you're open from that three-point line, we have nothing to lose as an organization right now, so might as well let it fly. I like this play a lot. That was good. Good look, Jaden Springer to Christian Koloko there. I mean, if we can do that every other play or every so often, I think as long as we get good looks, we're going to be in good shape as a franchise and hopefully draw some free agents. Springer getting active on the defensive end, and he's going to take a tough layup there and make that as well. I'd like to see that from Jaden Springer. We got Iguodaro, who looks a lot bigger than he does in real life right here. That's a good move, but Bruce Brown, that's why we got him. Tough defender. He's kind of a vet presence that can do good things for this team. That was a good shot. I'm interested to see who's going to win this game. Right now, I got my money on Springer's side, but if Javon Carter can show why he's going to be the star of this team, then maybe they'll keep doing better. That was a good shot there by Stevens. Come on, I want to see Javon Carter shoot this ball. Got too many bodies down in the paint there. Can't even get a look. Oh, Bruce Brown, wide open. I like that shot. See, I think as a team, we've taken a lot of good shots so far. And the Hawks, their defense isn't that great besides Dyson Daniels, so I like our chances here. That's a good take there by Patrick Baldwin Jr., showing some guard skills despite being a big. That was nice. Oh, yeah. I like how aggressive Bruce Brown's being. Oh, Jericho Sims had that putback. He screwed it up, but, again, very good shot for Bruce Brown. I like the way our offense is playing, and I like the way our defense is playing, too. Doesn't matter if we steal it from our own guys because we're not playing against them in the actual game. So Bruce Brown, take it back out. I like it. He didn't force up the shot against the big. And let's go outside and get an even better shot. Pat Connaughton. There we go. Lamar Stevens hits another open three. Okay. These guys with their B- 3-point ratings are really surprising me right now. Bruce Brown going for the slam, it looked like. I like that. I like the aggressiveness there, but that was a good block, too. I think Koloko went up with him. Driving on Bruce Brown, drops it off to Koloko. And a turnover. Okay, that was probably the first bad play we've seen from these guys all day. Brown backing up for a three, no good. And Iguodaro grabs the board. I'm excited to see how he does against Clint Capella. That'll be a good challenge for him. Patrick Baldwin Jr., open shot. And I think, those three-point plays have been working really well for us, or for the Ballers sideline at least. And a good steal there, too, by Patrick Baldwin Jr. Javon Carter with the bad pass. Iguodaro, no good, but he gets his own rebound. I'd love to see that. Okay. The Ballers are running away with this. And there you go. There's a dunk for Connaughton. He's done really well on this side of the team. So maybe after this first game, he might be the one getting all those minutes off the bench. Springer late on that pass, but Iguodaro is there to clean it up. That's the hustle I like to see out of our big guy. Ooh, Javon Carter gets his first good look of the day, and he nails it. Okay, this is huge now. So the Ringers need to go on a run here if they want a chance to win this first look scrimmage. And Carter with the steal on cue. They got to finish this play. And Carter's going to take it himself, it looks like. Connaughton keeps it alive. Can't finish, though, and Springer with the board. Javon Carter on the cut. Can he finish? Yes, he can. 18-14. Okay, they're on a little 5-0 run here. Baldwin Jr., he's open, and he can't end the scrimmage there. There is still life for the Ringers, who almost lose it, and that probably would have been a backcourt, but it's just a scrimmage, so we're not counting that. Connaughton, he's going to get a screen here. Remember, he was one of the people I gave driving privileges, and Sims misses the layup. Wow. Wide open under the rim. Koloko, that is what he can do. Change shots of the big men down low. Now let's see if the Ballers can close them out. Springer is going to get a screen here. Can't split it, but Baldwin's open in the paint. He scores. Sims couldn't change that shot. So it seems that our two best centers right now are Iguodaro and Koloko. Sims really hasn't done much in this scrimmage to impress me. Carter came up too high. I'm not sure how I'm feeling about that pick and roll play. I might have to take that one out of our playbook. Brown trying to bring him back in. Sims taps the ball out of bounds, couldn't get that offensive rebound. And I think this is the Ballers' game to lose. We'll see if they do, though. Springer with the drive. Can't end the game there. Almost got her down. Bruce Brown with a great board, though. And Evelman, what can he show us? A turnover is what he can show us. Iguodaro running the break. Keeps the ball away from steals. That was just not a good shot. Evelman with a good block. Good way to respond after getting stripped on the other end. Pat Connaughton, he's open enough to not make the shot. Wow, maybe just too open, but in and out. Tough luck miss. And Koloko has a mismatch. Let's see if Carter can stop him, and he can. And that is why we do not give the ball down to them as often. Just good enough. Sims misses again. He's really going to have to impress us in the actual game to clear out some minutes on this team, because I think we know who our guys are, and they end the scrimmage with the Koloko jam. Play for Koloko. They missed it last time, but Springer got it to go that time. And I really like that play. If we can get this often, I'm really going to like our odds at pulling off some games. So yeah, that is it for your yearly Ballers v Ringers scrimmage. But man, the Ballers came out really well. Connaughton played well, and Carter had 5 points and 2 assists. So I like what I saw, and hopefully Bruce Brown can hit his open shots in the actual game. But I did like what I saw out of this group, especially some of the guys we weren't so sure about. So I guess we'll have to see how they do in the actual game. But 5 assists for Jaden Springer. That's amazing. So I'm looking forward to seeing the whole team in action. Alrighty, let's go ahead and game plan for this game against the Hawks. It's our first game in franchise history, and I want to come out on top, and I think we can do it. The Hawks are a mediocre team in the NBA, and you know, some might say that our team on paper looks like ass, but I think we can genuinely beat them, especially after what I saw in the scrimmage between our guys. It looks like they all work well together, and I think we just might have what it takes to squeak out a close game versus the Hawks. So let's go into our coach game plan, and here's an easy way to plan for a team that you're about to play. So here's the Hawks. I want Jaden Springer on Trae Young. And the on-ball pressure should be very tight. Off-ball pressure should be very tight. And the only thing I'm worried about is off-ball screens. I think definitely great to use against shooters. Definitely got to go over these screens on Trae Young. Other than that, I'm not too worried about anybody else. Trae Young is the only guy who can really kill us. So this is it. I like our matchups. I think Oso Iguodaro has an advantage over Okongwu just because of his size. Okongwu probably will outrun him though, but Trae Young's really going to be the only guy that can kill us here. But I'm excited to see how this goes. And look at that court, man. It looks so good. And it seems that the AI-generated logo that we have isn't on the court. So that's exciting. And I'm really excited just to see how Javon Carter does leading this team. So let's see. Iguodala wins the tip. Oh, I love to see it. This looks so good. Our court looks awesome. Opening night. I like this first play. Carter gets blocked on the first play of the season. I could have guessed that was coming. Stay in front of Trae Young, though, and we can't. And just like that, we are down 2-0. And we just got to share the ball around a little bit more. Carter got to get the nerves out. I think he knows what kind of role he's been elevated to, and that's a good play. Jaden Springer has that pass down. And Patrick Baldwin Jr. scores the first point in franchise history off of a lob dunk. That's a foul, probably a good one. And the Hawks have a rookie of their own, the #1 pick, Zach Ricochet, on their team as well. So we'll have to see how he does. Looks like he's about to get the ball. No, they give it to Dyson Daniels, who is wide open off that curl, but can't make the shot. Chance to take the lead here. Iguodala, no good. Not in our playbook right there. And I don't like how Iguodala's on Trae Young either. This is not good. And Iguodala picks up his second foul already. Wow, you can tell me on the bench, I'm pissed right there. A minute 20 into the game. Our center is picking up 2 fouls. Good thing we're playing 3 centers tonight, but he goes down. You know, it's not the worst thing in the world. We got 2 other centers that have to prove themselves. And another foul, man. I know we're a young team, but dang, it's like 3 fouls in 30 seconds. Do like how they have Jaden Springer on Trae Young. That's good defense. A good board, Iguodala. Got the ball back. Let's get the ball to our point guard. There we go. And someone's open. Lamar Stevens, wide open. No look. Jaden Springer, stay in front of Trae. That's good. Lamar Stevens, you got to stay in front, and that cannot happen right there. That was just bad defense. See, that's the hard part. You drive in. Iguodala's got his guy down there. Jaden Springer, that's a good drive, though. Good foul. Way to draw that foul, Jaden. Nice shot. Jaden Springer scores his first point of the season for us. Only goes 1 of 2, but that's all right. I'd be nervous, too. Oh, man, that transition defense was awful there. Holy crap. Nice. Good finish, Lamar Stevens. That's a good dime for Carter there. 3, then you got a chance. Javon Carter. Luckily, Trae Young is not the best defender himself. Javon Carter for 3. Oh, man. Springer's open in the corner, Carter. You know you got to hit him. And Trae Young getting his own rebound. That is horrible. Gotta get something quick. Springer got a decent look, but nothing there. And Okongwu just sneaks on through. We're just getting blown by right now. That is not good. Springer, open look. I like that look. And just another blow by. Wow. That's just horrible defense in the fast break right there. Alright, I like this. It looks like it's going to be the play we've been running. Hey! Oh, so Iguodala gets a little love from Springer on that pass. That was a cool animation. Wow. Maybe that'll fire up Iguodala on the defensive end now. Gotta stay solid. Stay solid. Good. Also Iguodala with the smack away there. Springer, don't force it. Good. Now, Javon Carter, I'm not sure what he's going to do against Dyson Daniels. That was not a good shot at all. That's the shots I don't want. Those are the close shots that never go in that I was talking about. Trae Young finally launches one. Doesn't get it, but we can't be giving up offensive rebounds. And also Iguodala picks up his third. That's what happens when you give up offensive rebounds. Davison. And oh, nice cut. Trae Young, off that screen. I mean, that's just Springer not getting over it quick enough. Trae Young, man, just being surgical against us right now. Sims, you got to make a choice, man. You can't just play drop coverage there. Jeez. I mean, Trae Young is just absolutely cooking us. Ooh. That was a good play. Good look. Shot, Jaden. Man. Trae Young, man. What's up, y'all? Voiceover Leb here. So my roommate ended up coming into my room to talk to me, and I haven't talked to him in about half a month because I've been gone on vacation. So I ended up taking some time to chat with him while this game was going. So I didn't watch some of it, but I just kind of cherry-picked some clips here, and you saw that Bruce Brown 3. And then after that, you're going to see the onslaught of just plays where the Hawks, I mean, they really just destroyed us in the paint. And that was kind of the story of the end of the first quarter and start of the second. But we do have some good plays here. So Ebbeman getting that nice three-point play there off the J.D. Davison assist. But, I mean, look at that BS shot by Larry Nance Jr., man. Come on, you're telling me he's making that in real life? But anyway, Ebbeman ended up getting some really good looks, but he just couldn't hit that one. That's usually a money play for us. And then, I mean, we forced the miss on Jalen Johnson, and this will start a trend of us just giving up offensive rebounds to the same player who shot the shot. And I mean, we saw Trae Young get one of those. Another great Bruce Brown 3, and that's the offense I really like, and I just wish our offense was a little more consistent. Man, another crazy and one there for Dyson Daniels. Number 1 pick, Zachary Shea, just playing through contact, hitting that one. I mean, we were getting destroyed in the paint. But Ebbeman got a second chance there on that lob play. And we're down 18, and Bruce Brown, traveling call. I mean, we're just making dumb mistakes here now. Bruce Brown gets another good look, but Jericho Sims, and the trend ended up coming true. He started this game off better than Oso Iguodala did, so maybe I made the wrong choice on who to start, but then again, who knows? We're giving up more offensive rebounds to Okongwu there. Jericho Sims got his get back, though, on that one. Same exact animation that Oso Iguodala got as well, but as you can see, this game's starting to get away from us. You know, anytime we can get a stop, we sort of come back with mistakes like that, and it's just what you expect to see from a young team. And Iguodala back in the game now. His defense just ain't at the level that our other centers are at, and I wish I found that out sooner. But this is a really tough blow for us there. Wide open shot for Bruce Brown. All of his looks have been good, but can't make them all. And then Jalen Johnson misses once, twice, and gets 2 offensive rebounds to his name there to finish that play off. That's just tough. It's not what you want to see as a coach who game plans hard. And your players just don't reciprocate. But there's a Javon Carter 3, so all is good. Our star player is doing what he's supposed to do. I use star player loosely there, but we get a stop there too. And Pat Connaughton, the scrimmage legend from before, gets his first
Trae
bucket.
Young doesn't have the ball in his hands. That's a crazy shot. That was great defense by Iguodaro, too. We'll make George Niang take that every time. Ooh, not a good shot, Jaden, but we'll take it. If you're confident in it, go for it. I like the aggressiveness here. Make George Niang be the one to take it. Beautiful, beautiful defense. Oh, we got to get the board, guys. Good, Springer. Springer, someone's open. Carter in the corner. It's the person we want shooting it. Oh, just didn't drop. And we give up an easy one on the other end. Man. Yep, someone's open. Lindy Waters. Tough luck. We're letting George Niang beat us off the dribble. That's just bad. I mean, that's a huge swing right there. That three goes down. Nice. That's good offense right there. I don't know what that was. That was horrible. Good, Iguodaro. It's a bad miss, though. Ooh, that's bad. That's what I mean. That's why we take dunks and layups only when we're wide open. And then, of course, we just give up an easy one on the other end. They got the 2-for-1. Almost got the buzzer beater there. But we're going to the locker room, down 16. Could be worse. It's just the defense. And we've taken some rush shots on offense, but mainly the defense. We got to contain the drive. They're getting way too many open shots in the paint. We're winning the assist battle, but the rebound battle, that's not a good look. Yeah, the rebounding's been rough, and the defense in general has been bad. I mean, man, they're just barging into the paint, getting whatever they want right now. And Iguodaro, even with better position, just giving up that rebound. It's good offense right there, but I mean, it doesn't matter if you can't stop them. Just got to capitalize, need good shots here. That's Iguodaro clogging up the paint. That's bad. It's a good shot for Springer, just didn't fall. Trae Young has a head of steam. Oh, good pickpocket though. Hopefully we can finish it. All right, Javon. He's gonna get 20. You should have taken your Javon Carter over bets. Oh, man, Iguodaro is playing horrible today. Being weak with the ball, weak with his attempts. Not covering the paint or helping on the boards. I mean, that's got to be your rebound all day. Oh, and Iguodaro again. Where is he? Foot on the line for Lamar Stevens, but we'll take the pretty jumper any day. Someone's open. Lamar Stevens, he's hot. We're beating him on the three-point battle, so that's nice. Man, terrible defense, bro. like that play out of the timeout, but good job, Javon. Iguodaro, man, going up weak. That's got to be a make. Iguodaro had that one good dunk, but man, since then he hasn't been able to finish anything. Bad offense. Bad offense. Bad rebounding, man. There's 4 of our guys there. It leads to a 3. Oh, man, these are the growing pains you got to accept as a new coach and new team in the league. We are getting our welcome to the league moment right now. At least Javon Carter came to play. Man, that was horrible. That's the exact shot that this offense is not designed to produce. Sometimes the guys, they go out there and just do it anyway. And Dyson Daniels, yet again, another easy shot in the paint. It seems like anytime they get down there, it's just easy money for them. We got to waste another timeout. We're running into our own guys. I mean, this is just rough display. And we're not even getting shots up now. That's just bad. Maybe I gotta simplify the playbook. Maybe it's simplifying the rotations, or maybe it's just spreading the floor even more. Maybe we gotta play our power forwards at center. That's just way too easy. 90 points given up throughout the first 3 quarters so far. Still time to go in the third, but this is not what we wanted. But at this point in the game now, we just got to see what these guys can do in their time given. Ebeman on cue hits that pick and pop 3. We need more of those. Simplify the offense. There you go. That's a good play right there. It's a good play, and that's a good finish over 2 players. That's already more than Iguodaro's done all night. Man, through the first 3, rough showing. It's going to take some tightening up here to fix these issues, but I think we'll be fine. You know, it's just the first game with all these young guys. It's going to be rough. Yep, there's got to be help there, poking. Good job. Lindy Waters hitting a 3. I like to see that. What I'm looking at right now is who's going to try on the defensive end and who I can trust out there to make smart plays on offense. And that defense by Phillips and defense by J.D. Davison right there is not very good. What was that? You can't leave one of the best shooters in the NBA wide open. I got to remove this play from our playbook. It takes way too long. Didn't even result in an open look, but Davison. Okay, Davison. Made up for that lapse on defense on the other end. Man, bad. Luckily, #1 pick overall missed. Ebeman running the floor. He's played a decent game. That's good defense, Phillips. Phillips has impressed me with his minor minutes tonight. J.D. Davison, good finish there over the #1 overall pick. Good defense, Phillips. There you go. That's what we'd like to see. Jordan Phillips smartly brings it out. Let Davison run a play here. Phillips in the corner. Andy Waters comes across. JD, that's a smart shot. That's okay. You can tell little by little as this game goes on, these guys are learning how to play, but You know, we're not going to win the game, but as long as you can see those little habits starting to be built, I feel like that's a win for us that we can pick out. There you go. It's J.D. Davison growing up right before our eyes. We're winning this quarter so far, so hopefully we can keep this up. There you go, Phillips. Gonna be aggressive. It's good defense right there. Good job. Just keep building those good habits. Good job, Sims. Way to crash that glass. See, even in a loss like this, you see things that can still excite you, like Jericho Sims. Crashing the glass is what I like to see. Way to corral that board. Baldwin. I don't like that shot too much, but she dropped. I can't say anything. Oh, poor Julian Phillips, man. That was such a glitchy little play there. Look at Okongwu, man. It's probably because Iguodaro was mostly in, but Iguodaro played a very disappointing game today. Good board, Phillips. That's what I like to see. Good extra pass, Javon. Well, obviously, I think I have some rethinking to do with our starting lineup. I don't think we got off to as good of a start as we could have had, especially defensively. But guys like Phillips and Sims being inserted in there, I think, can alter it a lot. Just some better defensive schemes. Like, look at that. I feel like if anybody gets in the paint on us, they've just scored. So figuring out that puzzle of stopping the CPU in the paint is going to be fun. Javon Carter, I like all the looks he's taken today. I would like to get him off the ball a lot more, coming off screens and stuff. Phillips, there's nothing you can really do about that one, man. Fast breaks in this game are kind of cheese. Let's at least reach 100, boys. There we go, that's another good shot. Julian Phillips, continuing to impress. I think he has earned himself a spot in the starting lineup. As long as he doesn't get injured, knock on wood. Phillips is there for the help. Stay on your feet, Javon. That's good D. Julian Phillips, another rebound. Phillips for three. No good, but look good. That's got to be a steal, Springer. We can't let Trae Young bully us like that. That's not Phillips' fault, though. He just got stuck in an animation, and Trae Young scored it. Trae Young, man, he killed us. But let's finish off this game. Let's hopefully reach 100 points. Julian Phillips, leaving him in to finish off the game. Nice, Phillips. It's a good play, boys. Nice, good job, boys. Way to hustle for that 100-point. At least we can say we reached 100. Just like that, man. Javon Carter might be a defensive liability. Every time someone gets in the paint on him, it's a bucket. Well, what did we learn today? I feel like we learned a lot, and this is a good step toward the rest of the season. I definitely think Javon Carter can be that scorer for us, as you see him score right there. This team can produce great looks offensively. The big issue with us for the rest of the season is obviously going to be our defense, but I think with a tighter lineup, starting lineup with some more thought put into it, and just fixing guys that are getting guys that aren't doing anything for us out of the lineup is going to be important. And I'm very excited to see where our next couple games go. I just think this was a rough night for us to get started. Our defense was a little out of whack, but, you know, I can already tell Iguodaro, he will not be starting next game, probably not even in the lineup. But that was a good way to end. Good little surge. That fourth quarter was good. We kept up with them in that fourth, but, you know, I'll go shake Quinn Snyder's hands. He's one of my favorite coaches, and let's go ahead and check this box score out. I mean, Javon Carter did what he could. 22 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steals, no turnovers in 33 minutes. He probably had the lowest plus-minus on our team as well. Actually, Pat Connaughton had a +9 plus-minus in 6 minutes, so he will be getting some more run for sure. I think this is a really important stat to look at when considering what players to keep in and out of lineups, but Pat Connaughton definitely played very well out there. He didn't do much, had a quiet 2 points, but seems that his defense was solid, and he makes us a better team when he's out there. And for sure, Julian Phillips, I mean, I knew this guy's plus-minus was going to be good. 8 points, 8 rebounds, 22 minutes, and a block, no turnovers. You know, those 3-pointers, they'll start to fall. And Koloko, I think, was our best big man. 6 and 4, had a couple putbacks, made some tough shots, but if we just look at our main guy for a second, Javon Carter, I think he did what he was supposed to do, and we just need to find the correct pieces to surround him with in the lineups when he's out there. You know, got to surround him with some defenders and size, and I think we'll be fine. He can do the little things like steal the ball, for example. Ebelman, he, you know, I think we didn't really run too many plays for him. I think he just ended up finding ways to score. So he scored 14, and Bruce Brown, I think we're going to insert him into the starting lineup just for his defense and shooting. It'll be really important out there. He shot 2 for 6. That's the kind of shooting I want next to Javon Carter. Patrick Baldwin Jr., I do think he can be a good forward, especially with his 3-point scoring, with the rating he has right now, but that rebounding and defense leaves a lot to be desired, I think. Jaden Springer with 7 assists, that was a pleasant surprise, but that jumper did not look good today. And he might not be the guy we want playing next to Javon Carter. We might want a better defender like Bruce Brown or something. Just a better combo guy out there. Jericho Sims, you know, he did good. Davison with 9 assists off the bench. That's exactly what we want. So maybe we have to even out Davison and Javon Carter's minutes a little bit more, but I love what I saw out of him. For a 69 overall point guard, this is a lot already. So, and Lindy Waters, only a -1 plus-minus, and had a 3 when he was out there, so expect more Lindy as well. All right, well, that concludes the first game of the season, and in the next episode, I will show you guys an updated lineup and some adjustments to our game plan after we sim some games, and yeah, you guys should look forward to it. I hope you enjoyed my commentary, and let me know how I did picking what clips to show in the game and the pacing of the game, and you know, just let me know. Was it too long, too short? Do you want to see more in-depth analyses after the game, or would you rather me keep it more short and sweet? So yeah, there's a lot to consider here. A lot of work for me to do as the coach to get this team to where we want it to be, which is, you know, competent. I'm not trying to tank, you know, because the goal should be to win. The best way to develop the young players we have is to win. So I'm not saying we're going to win the championship, but we want to be competent. So yeah, I will see you guys next time. This is Coach Macer, out.